Hello everyone and welcome back to Talbot House for another one of our virtual stories on the house and its history. Talbot House may be closed, but we try to keep it open online for all of you to enjoy. Hopefully, in return, you can support us on GoFundMe, as Talbot House is still under threat of permanent closure later this year. As Easter is coming up, we'd like to share with you some remarkable stories from that time of the year. Now, most of them have been in our archives for decades, but from time to time, new ones arrive. Another piece of the puzzle was delivered to us by a good friend of the house, Steve Roberts. One trademark of a good researcher and battlefield guide is to know when a story is genuinely important. Steve is obviously both. As an ex-serviceman, he's been involved in battlefield archaeology, research and guiding for over 20 years. He has visited Talbot House on numerous occasions as a guide for Anglia Tours. One of the great things about the Anglia guides is that when someone during the tour offers them extra information, they go out of their way to take the client to see the site linked to their relatives, as happened in this case. Last February, Steve was guiding a school from Wales and was shown images from the family archive by one of the teachers. Amongst the images was the postcard of Talbot House with an image of the chapel. On the reverse was written R.A.P. Private Joseph Williams, number 671, Welsh Guards, Easter 1916. Initial research led Steve to Private 671 Joseph Williams of the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards, killed in action on the 10th of September 1916, and now commemorated on the Thiepval Memorial. It seems like Joseph was here at Talbot House at Easter Day 1916, Sunday the 23rd of April, and took Holy Communion in the chapel at Talbot House. Further research again reveals that following his death, his brother wrote home to the family. Joseph's brother was in fact Reverend Thomas Williams, chaplain to the 8th Battalion Yorkshire Regiment, who are located nearby at Toronto Camp. His letter refers to writing to the CO of the Welsh Guards and describes the reply he received regarding his brother's death. He adds the following description of his visits to Popperinge. This week I went to see a chaplain about a small matter, and he happened to mention that the Welsh Guards had given him a present of an altar frontal, and I asked him then when they were here, and he told me last Easter. The green altar frontal can still be seen in the chapel today. It was restored some 20 years ago. He continues, I'm not allowed to mention this place, so I said, wonder if my brother was here. The padre now turned open the book he keeps, and there sure enough was Joe's name and address. Joe had gone to the little church and had made his communion there last Easter Day. The communicant's roll, although badly damaged in the Blitz in 1940, still survives today. J. Williams, Private 1st Welsh Guards, 105 Dinnis, St. Paul's Mark, Swansea. Written next to it, R.A.P., September 10, 1916, added by his brother upon his visit. Furthermore, Tubby mentions meeting Joe's brother in a letter to his own mother, written on the 11th of April 1917. Dearest Major, I have only a few minutes to spare and cannot now write the account of our glorious Easter I wanted to, but I don't think the memory of it will fade with waiting. I had about 480 communicants, single-handed, at Talbot House, except at 6:30 when I served to a padre whose brother, killed on the Somme, had signed the communicant's roll for that service last Easter. In the afternoon I started again and had celebrations at battery positions and elsewhere, an evening song at the kite balloon section, an evensong at Talbot House, and an evening celebration for some 40 men who had been on duty in the morning. This made 14 services during the day, which kept me from stagnation. As you can see, there was no stopping Tubby. Hence, we were very glad to learn that Steve went out of his way to take the teacher to the upper room of Talbot House and show her where her own great-uncle had knelt to receive the Holy Sacrament, from the communion cup. The music you have been listening to is by John Merbeck, one of Tubby's favorite composers. We know from the archives that his music was played at Easter 1916. More on this and the organist in some of our future stories. Today, lots of these stories are available in our new exhibition, as well as the artifacts linked to them. Thank you, Steve, for sharing this remarkable story with us. Hope to catch you at the old house soon. Now, if you too have any information about relatives who might have been at Talbot House, never hesitate to reach out to us. Let's make the puzzle of the history of the house together. We hope you've enjoyed the story and perhaps want to contribute to the future of the house. Without any assistance, coming Easter might well be the last one. If you'd like to contribute, please go to GoFundMe or make a donation via bank transfer. The upper room was always a sign of hope for the future. Let it be that to us today. Thank you and have a lovely Easter.